G'day, Mercenary Thorn here with another Elite Dangerous guide, and this time I'll be covering the power distribution system in what's become a rather long and advanced guide. It's for those seeking that extra combat edge in both CQC and the larger universe. I'll start by covering the relevant ship display and controls, then on to what the different power settings do, and finally some useful settings and examples. Let's get started. The power distribution system is located on the bottom right of the cockpit display here. You can see the three different subsystems that you can divert power to: SYS for systems, ENG for engines, and WEP for weapons. Just above each name is 4 blocks showing the current power in that area. Your ship generates a total of 6 blocks of power to distribute at any time, with each block being known as a power pip. For each of the 3 areas you can distribute anywhere from 0 to 4 pips of power, up to your total of 6. Then just above those 4 blocks are another stacked 10. These are the ship's power capacitors, and show the current built up energy for each type of subsystem. They can charge anywhere from 0 to 10, charge building up when power is diverted to that location faster than it's being used, and lighting up the blocks. It is generated in a linear fashion for all subsystems, 2 pips making twice the energy of 1, and 4 pips making twice the energy of 2. Your ship can use the capacitor's charge directly, and can gain benefits from the power pips just being diverted to an area. The full details of that will be explained in a moment. To control this power distribution, you have 4 key bindings: divert power to systems, engines, weapons, and balance systems. By default, these are all controlled by the keyboard arrow keys, though you can change it to whatever suits you. I personally use a 4-directional hat switch sitting at the top of my joystick, giving me easy access to all the controls. I know someone who gets by with just 3 bindings, skipping the balance system, controlling it with forward back on the mouse wheel and middle click. You don't need balanced systems after all, though it can save you a few key presses. Last, if you don't have the keys available comfortably, or you just want to feel high tech, Voice Attack or another voice controlled program is a great way to control power if you're on a PC. I have a basic guide on setting up Voice Attack, and we'll leave a profile with my examples in the video description that you can expand on. But as a quick note, be sure to leave pauses between key presses, or Elite won't register all of them. Now we are on to explaining how each area is affected by both the available capacitor charge and the power pips, starting with systems. The system capacitor energy is mostly used to recharge your shields. As long as it is holding some energy, the shields will be recharging or rebuilding at their maximum rate. What this means is you can vary your power pips as needed, knowing that as long as you have some energy in the capacitor, regeneration will be at maximum. I said mostly because the capacitor is also used for some defensive modules, including the heatsink launcher and electronic countermeasures. They don't use much, but you need at least a little energy to use them. Chaff and silent running require no built-up energy. Those pips in systems also have another important effect on your shields, making them able to absorb more damage. To test this, I got 2 default sidewinders. Had one power up a single pulse laser, and the other vary its system pip setting, as I checked how many shots it took from the pulse laser to take down the shield completely. These are the results I got. As you can see, the shield's ability to absorb damage grows exponentially as the pips are put into systems. 21 shots at 0 pips of power being required, 25 at 2 pips, and a staggering 53 shots being required at 4 pips. Now the shield had longer to recharge during the last attack, and that would have increased the number a little on the larger end, but not by much, and shields recharge in combat too. What becomes clear is a ship with 4 pips into shields becomes much harder to kill, and being able to take around 250% of your normal damage should make 4 pips to systems a priority when taking large amounts of damage. Now we're on to weapons, which is actually the most straightforward. First, the amount of power pips you have diverted to weapons has no effect beyond the energy build-up rate of the capacitors. This means as long as you have energy in the capacitor, you don't lose damage by diverting power away from weapons. Though with no weapon pips generating energy, the capacitor is likely to run dry quickly. I tested in the default sidewinder the time to fully charge the capacitor from empty to full, at different pip levels to check the effects. Like other subsystems, their capacitor generation is linear, and means, for example, 4 pips will make 4 times the capacitor energy as 1 pip would to power your weapons. That built-up capacitor energy can also be used before requiring any power, of course. A full capacitor on the sidewinder was able to fire 30 shots from a single fixed pulse laser with no pips to weapons. 2 pips to weapons allowed 60 shots before running out, and 4 pips allowed a single pulse laser to fire continuously. Now different weapons use different amounts of energy. Even 4 pips could not keep 2 pulse lasers firing forever on a Sidewinder, where 2 multi-cannons may only require a single weapon pip to fire continuously between reloads. You should experiment and find out what your current loadout requires. Generating more capacitor energy than you need is a waste. Now on to engines. First, the flight model in Elite Dangerous is rather complex. It requires its own video by itself, easily. But for now I'll focus on the effects that different power pip levels had on it, and I did a lot of testing. Like the other subsystems, putting pips into engines will build up a capacitor charge. The more pips, the more charge. In this case it's used to power engine boost with a key press. The engine boost increases your top speed, turn rate and acceleration, forward and with added strafe up, down, left, right, for a limited duration. Boosting is very helpful to outmaneuver, catch or outrun an opponent, and the more you get, the better. Like weapons, you can have a built-up charge ready to go without any pips and engines, but again, without power diverted to engines, you won't have it for long. Now I'm going to show my test results for direct pip effects on top speed, acceleration, and pitch and yaw times with both flight assist on and off. For top speed, the relationship is simple, as testing shows. Each pip towards engines increases the top speed by a set amount. For the Sidewinder, each pip adds 30 to the top speed forward, and in every direction for flight assist off. This gives speeds varying from 100 to 220 depending on pip levels. For flight assist on, it adds 18 backwards at each level and 24 sideways. To put it simply, more pips always means more speed, with a linear gain. Different ships, however, have different amounts to gain. I also tested a default Eagle and found that each pip added 15 to the top speed forward and again with flight assist off to every direction. This made speeds vary from 179 to 239, making the effect less important compared to the Sidewinder's 100 to 220, but still following the same idea. Try out your ships and see how each one is affected. Now acceleration. Testing in the Sidewinder actually showed that engine pips had no effect on acceleration or deceleration, with one exception worth mentioning. As your ship reaches its top speed, it starts to slow down the acceleration to reach its top speed more smoothly. This means that if you wanted to reach 100 as fast as possible, you want at least one pip to engines for a top speed of 130. This lowers the time to reach 100 from 4.3 seconds to 3 seconds. Any more pips will not improve that time to 100. But again, if you wanted to reach 130 as fast as possible, you want at least 2 pips into engines for a top speed of 160. This affects every direction of travel the same way, and both flight assist on and off. Last, I tested pitch and yaw speeds. The first noticeable effect comes back to top speed. In Elite Dangerous, the blue zone that sits around 50% of top speed is the optimal speed for maximum turn rate. Increasing the ship's top speed with pips towards engines allows you to go faster, while staying in this optimal turn rate zone. That said, if you want to move slow, you may find that lowering pips to engines places you better in the blue zone, though I find wanting to go slower rare. It also affects pitch and yaw rates directly, though not to a huge degree, so I'll just cover a few results. With flight assist on and in the blue zone, you pitch 120% faster at 4 pips compared to 0, and 117% faster with flight assist off. At maximum speed, you actually tend to turn slower with more pips, but only by around 7%, and you still gain a higher top speed that you can use to sit closer to the blue zone, all while going as fast as a lower pip level can manage. As you can see, engine pips get a little confusing, but as a general rule, the more pips, the better your ship handles and the faster it goes. And finally, we are on to how to put all this knowledge to use. The first general rule is you want 4 pips to systems whenever you are taking damage, to maximize shield strength, unless you have a good reason to need the power somewhere else or the shield's already down. When not taking damage, you just want to have some charge in the capacitor at all times, so your shield will charge at the maximum rate. The amount of charge does not matter. Of course, sometimes other priorities will be more important than slowly charging your shield. Next, for weapons, you simply want to keep power in your weapon distributor, so that you can fire your weapons when required. But whenever the capacitor is full, put power somewhere else. When in a direct firefight and both taking and giving damage, leaving 4 pips in systems rather than weapons tends to be the better idea, due to the exponential gain in protection compared to the linear energy generation in weapons. An example of when you might rather 4 pips to weapons rather than shields though, is if it will allow you to quickly kill someone shooting at you. Last is engines. As a general rule, when you don't need the energy in shields or weapons, put the rest here. If your weapon capacitor is full, shift the pips to engines. If you're not taking damage and the system capacitor has plenty of energy, shift the pips to engines again. Sometimes you might also want to sacrifice power in other areas, however, if you want to withdraw or you're chasing someone else down. Last, you can sometimes outmaneuver an opponent to the point of not taking fire, particularly in the more maneuverable ships. If you think you can pull it off, putting 4 pips to engines and ignoring shields can be a good idea. Just be ready to throw power back to shields if this does not work and you start taking fire. Putting all power from shields to engines might just save you as well when your shield just went down. Worth a try anyway, as shields take a long time to come back online and normally too long in a firefight. Now let's look at what I see as some useful power settings. You need to keep in mind it changes greatly with different loadouts. These are also just some examples of what I use. Feel free to come up with your own depending on your needs at the time. To start with, let's try the most simple. A ship using weapons like a Condor's rapid cannons and CQC. This is simple because the weapon requires no capacitor energy, leaving all pips for shields and engines. Only 2 settings are really required. While taking fire, systems 4, engines 2, weapons 0. This maximizes shield power with no loss of firepower and decent engines. While not taking fire, systems 2, engines 4, weapons 0. This maximizes engine power, with again no loss of firepower and energy for shield recharge. Easy. Now we will move on to a sidewinder using multi-cannons. This setup's weapons do use some capacitor energy, but not much. Just a single pip to weapons will allow continuous fire between reloads. Taking fire while attacking target. Systems 4, engines 1, weapons 1. This maximizes shield power with no loss of firepower and limited engines. Taking fire while unable to attack target. Systems 4, engines 2, weapons 0. This maximizes shield power with decent engines. No weapon power required. Not taking fire while attacking target. System 1, engines 4, weapons 1. This maximizes engine power with no loss of firepower and some shield recharge. And finally, not taking fire while seeking target. Systems 2, engines 4, weapons 0. This maximizes engine power with decent shield recharge. No weapon power required. The last example and most complex is using high power draw energy weapons, though it does tend to be able to do the most damage. I'll use an example of the Eagle with beam lasers. Taking fire while attacking a target. Systems 4, engine 0, weapons 2. This maximizes shield power with half weapon power generation, limited engine power. Not taking fire while attacking a target. Hard maneuvering required. Systems 0, engines 2, weapons 4. This is the most aggressive setting, maximum power to weapons, and decent engines. Only shield recharge will be from energy already in the capacitor. Not taking fire while attacking a target. Hard maneuvering not required. Systems 2, engines 0, weapons 4. Maximum power to weapons, while still putting decent energy into shields for recharge. Limited engine power. Might also be used if taking fire, but you can get the kill quickly. Not taking fire while seeking target. Systems 1, engines 4, weapons 1. Maximum power to engines, with a slow power build-up in both shields and weapons. Can prioritize shields or weapons if required with 2 pips. Chasing a fleeing target. Systems 0, engines 4, weapons 2. Maximum power to engines and half power to weapons. Useful for chasing down a target trying to get away, or if you can outmaneuver the target to avoid fire. Need to get out of there. Systems 2, engines 4, weapons 0. Maximum power to engines and the rest to shields for when you've got to get out of there. Shield down and not in combat. Systems 4, engines 2, weapons 0. For when your shield is down and you're just trying to hide and stay alive until it comes back up. There are still more in between all of these, but that gives you a lot of examples. A list of the examples is down below in the description, along with a voice attack profile using them. As you can see, there are a lot of choices. Find out what suits you and come up with your own for different loadouts. If you want to see more examples of the power systems in use, I'll put some CQC footage at the end of this video with me talking over why I'm using different settings in each situation. And that covers all the information I know about the power distribution system and how best to get a combat edge using that information. More guides are on the way to help become a more dangerous pilot. If you've got any questions, comments, or requests, feel free to chuck them down below in the comments or drop them to one of my Twitch live streams. Cheers and good hunting. And here we go with the demonstration game. I'm in CQC, playing Deathmatch, and I'm using a default Condor. I'm going to do my best to talk about what power levels I'm using at any particular time and why I'm picking it. Let's get started. To start with, always engines. 4-powered engines, 2 to shields. Pretty much basic. It'll get you anywhere as fast as possible while still giving you as much protection as possible without slowing down. I'm going for the weapons right there. Can't resist. Just leaving the power where it is right now. Not getting shot, no one to shoot at, no reason to have it somewhere else. 3Ks, don't need to worry about him yet. He's closing in. 4 power to shields, 2 to weapons. No, he's not coming in. He's not as fast as I was expecting. Alright, I'm leaving it where it is. 4 to shields, 2 to weapons. Playing kill. I'm leaving the power where it is right now. Don't actually... Alright. Leaving 4 in shields to negate damage. Leaving the power where it is in weapons. Letting it build up while he's using chaff and firing it off. He's gone. My shields are almost down. Popping chaff, 4 to weapons. Doing anything fancy right now. Just taking good advantage of that weapon boost I had. Alright, 4 to engines, 2 to shields. I've got to get out of here if I'm going to have any chance of living. I don't know if I'm going to outrun him. I've got nothing special giving me extra speed in the ship right now. Looks like I'm clear. Alright, 4 to shields, 2 to engines. Let's start spinning. 2 to shields, 4 to engines. Actually, no. I need to build up weapons and shields. So 4 to engines, balance to the rest. Got some fighting going on over there. Excellent. I'm going to leave my power where it is right now. It won't take much in the way of weapon energy to finish him off. Balancing systems. Every system right now needs power. Alright. I'm not taking fire, so 2 to shields, 4 to weapons. Let's get as much damage as I can done while I'm not taking any fire. Oh, that's I don't know if I'll be able to take out that Sidewinder. Alright, someone's about to engage me. 4 to shields. I'm going to back up because damn it, too engaging. Deploying chaff. 4 to weapons. See if I can take him out. I'm not doing any fancy maneuvering or such. Concentrating too much on talking about weapons. Mayday. Alright, 4 to engines, 2 to shields. Go for the nearest boost I can get to get an advantage. It's the weapon one. I would have actually preferred a shield boost at this point. Alright, let's keep moving towards the guy over there. Alright, I'm not ready to... Alright, I have chaff up, ready to engage. Full power to weapons. There he is. 4 to engines, 2 to weapons. Engaging. 2 to engines, 4 to weapons.
Target destroyed.
4 to shields, 2 to weapons.
Under attack.
Still got weapon boost, so nothing fancy needed here. That was a quick one. It pretty much went perfectly for me. Not a bad example, but a rather quick one. So I think I'm going to do another. Alright, here we go again. I am in the Condor, default Condor. I am deliberately going to avoid any power-ups. I don't want them to affect my gameplay this time. I'm going to focus purely on trying to win with good power manipulation and flying. 4 pips to engines, turning straight towards the person who is on my radar. 4 pips to weapons, 2 to shields. 2 to engines, 4 to shield. 2 to engines, 4 to weapons. Alright, he's gone. Balance systems, 4 to shields. Let's take out the Eagle. 4 to weapons. Alright, he's out of range. Let's take the comp. 4 to shields, taking fire. So 4 to shields, 2 to weapons. Dueling it out with him. Deploying chaff. I'm about to go down. I want him, so... Damn it. Didn't get him. Didn't go so well. Ford engines, let's get into the fight. Ford weapons. Rest balanced, seeing as I'm not taking fire right now.
Target destroyed.
Ford shields, taking fire. Deploying chaff. Ford weapons. Fall back to shields because my chaff is about to run out.
Destroyed.
I am still taking fire.
Under attack.
Ford engines. I think he's right behind me, so just running won't work. To the systems, Ford engines running. I'm gonna go... Oh, I said I'm not allowed to use them. Alright, I'm just gonna keep running. I think I've got the speed I need. Damn, not being allowed to use that. Alright, starting to spin. Ford systems, to the engines. Alright, Ford system. 4 systems, 2 weapons, and engaging. I have 2 people here playing with me. Deploying chaff for the weapons. For the systems.
Self-destruct in 10 seconds.
Ford engines. I gotta get out of here. I'm just gonna die anyway. Ah, I'm gone. Gotta stop getting out of bounds. Alright, first up, Ford engines. Let's get to the fight. Oh, there's clearly fighting over there. Ford engines, 2 to weapons. Ready for when the fight starts. Opening fire, Ford weapons. Ford engines. Don't want him to let him outmaneuver me. Okay, he's gone.
Target destroyed.
Ford weapons, 2 engines. Ford shields, taking fire.
Target destroyed.
Cool. I'm on. Went reasonable. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Alright, here we go again. This time I'm using the Sidewinder. The only change I've made to it is I'm using multi-cannons. That's to show off using a ship that only requires 1 pip to continuously fire the weapons, which makes things rather different. 4 pips to systems until I know I'm safe, which I am not. I am leaving it like that. 4 to systems, 1 to weapons, 1 to engines. And opening up. With 4 to systems, a Sidewinder is ridiculously robust. Like, it's disgusting, seriously. Alright, 4 to engines while I spin because he can't shoot me. Alright, leaving 4 on engines. I'm going to actually leave it there because he's not shooting me. So 4 on engines, 1 on shield, 1 on weapons.
Target shield.
Got him.
Target destroyed.
Putting 4 back to systems. Yeah, lucky I did. So there's 1 on weapons, 1 on weapons, 1 on engines. For the time being. As I said, it's this. You're at this setting the majority of the time. 4 to shields, 1 to weapons, 1 to engines. Deploying a shield cell bank.
Temperature critical.
4 to engines. Let's track him. 4 to shields. And 4 to engines just got me that kill. Otherwise he probably would have gotten around me. I need to get back in the match. 4 to engines.
5. Self-destruct sequence
Cute.
disengaged.
Oh god! That caught me off guard. The asteroid rotated into me. I swear, that thing hit me. I didn't hit it, right? Alright, 4 to engines. Let's find my target. 2 to shields. 4 to engines. Might as well get all the defense I can. I don't need to get any weapon charge. And there we go. Leaving 4 in engines.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Leaving the power in engines, but I am ready to move it to shields at a moment's notice. Moving it to shields. 1 engines, 1 weapons.
Under
Doing a good job of negating his damage, but I'm firing off a shield cell. It's getting awful low. Alright, 4 engines. Let's catch him. Nuts. Oh, he crashed. I got the kill. 4 to shields because I'm taking damage. Well, when I say shields, I mean systems, obviously. Taking fire from 2, so I'm leaving 4 in systems. Let's engage this eagle. Can't use my shield cell bank yet, so my shields had better hold on. I want to move power to engines this time because there's one other person possibly engaging now. And that shield needs to last. Yeah, there he is. Nah. Alright, full power to engines, rest to all the other 2 modules. Let's see if I can get a kill with me. I did. Spinning, but it's too late. Alright, I'm gone. That was a nice lot though. As I said, Sidewinder very robust if you throw 4 pips into shields. Alright, 4 to engines, let's find a target. Let's go for the eagle. Looks like I might have someone on my 6, so let's get ready to put power to shields if I need to. He just picked up stealth, which actually makes it very hard to engage with multi-cannons, unfortunately. Yeah, bugger it. 4 to systems. Let's spin around, engage one behind me. Yep. Negating damage, 1 to engines, 1 to weapons. Four to engines. 4 to shields. Four to engines. Let's spin this thing around. Oh, someone's right on me. 4 to shields. There's too much fire going on. Yeah, leaving 4 in shields. Deploying shield cell. Might have been too late. I didn't expect that little burst of damage. I need a rear view mirror. And targeting the next one. Alright, that match went very well. It shows you the massive advantage of having a weapon that doesn't require a large amount of energy. Typically the projectile weapons do less damage than lasers, but you can put more power towards engines and shields and will keep yourself alive. So it easily offsets it. Alright, and I'm starting up a last one. I'm in the Condor again. This time I'm using, what is it, plasma repeaters. The key thing about these is they do not require any weapon energy. So everything gets put to engines and systems. Let's go 4 engines, 2 systems. You'll notice that power usage is going to be very simple this match. Either 4 in engines or 4 in shields, and the rest in the opposite number. And seeing as I'm not taking fire, I'm leaving everything in engines. Spin. Acquiring next target. Leaving power in engines. I'm not taking any fire. Don't look like I'm about to anytime soon. Let's keep attacking this Sidewinder. Alright, I'm taking fire. 4 to shields. Let's spin around and see who I'm dealing with. It's another Condor. Using the same weapons as me. I'm leaving 4 in shields. This is going to be a difficult fight, especially if he's got 4 in shields as well. Both maneuvering in annoying ways. I'm going to go for the outmaneuver. 4 to engines. Let's just focus on outmaneuvering him. Four to shields. Oh, this is oh, we're just slapping each other right now. Projectile weapons aren't the best against fast maneuverable ships because they can dodge a lot of the shots. Particularly these ones. I think this projectile weapon in particular is slow. Alright, 4 engines. Let's try and stay right on them. Can't go this far and not keep going, right? 4 shields. Oh god, what are you doing? No! I don't know what did that, but I'm not happy about it. Well, yep. Let's go for the Eagle. Go for the Condor, actually, he's vulnerable. 4 engines, rest of shields. Start taking fire, I'll move it over. 4 shields, I'm taking fire. Keep going for the weakened one. I'm leaving all power and shields though, seeing as I'm taking fire from what I think is an Eagle. He's gone. Deploying chaff to buy time. Putting rest to engines. I mean, don't need it in shields right now. I'm just doing my best to outmaneuver. I'm taking so much fire. Putting power back to shields. Doesn't matter, they're getting pretty low, but I might as well make them last as long as they can. Alright, full power to engines. See if I can take him with me. I'm going to try and withdraw. Get behind this building as quick as I can.
Target destroyed.
I wish I could pick that up, but I promise no more power-ups. How irritating, right? Full power to shields. I need them up. I need them up now. Alright, they're up. Oh, 4 to engines, 2 to shields. It's a lot easier, as you can tell. Alright, 4 to shields. Just duel it out. Deploying chaff, 4 to engines. I don't need to be in shields while I'm deploying chaff. Living 4 in engines, I'm going after the Eagle. Closer I am, the better chance of these weapons hitting. Alright, 4 to shields, because, yep, there's the fire. What am I engaging? It's a sidewinder, but heavily damaged, so should be able to take it, leaving 4 in shields. Alright, what am I facing? A Condor, leaving 4 in shields. I've got a chaff if I need it. Probably will. He's used his. I'm going 4 engines for an outmaneuver. At least attempting to. There's a lot of hostiles near here all of a sudden. I'm leaving 4 in engines. I'm going for the kill. And victory. As you can see, it's a lot easier to manage power if you can completely ignore weapons. So, yeah. Those weapons can be very handy, though they typically do less damage. I mean, you saw how hard it was for me to kill that other Condor. Where if I'd been using laser weaponry, it would have been much, much easier. And I think that's about where I'm going to call it quits. Keep an eye out for the next guide. I've already said all the end remarks. This is just some bonus footage at the end. So, yeah. Good hunting.